Thanks so much for stopping by Apple's Art Studio, the Polymer Clay tutorial channel. On my channel, I try to show you everything I know about polymer clay and how to use it. So let's go and watch and see what I have in store for you today. Okay, this is the cane that I showed you all last week, I think it was. And I'm going to cover this little jar. I don't even remember what came in this jar, but I liked it because, number one, it was all the way around and it wasn't too tall, and it didn't have any embossing on the sides of it. And this cane, let me find a piece here, I'm going to put right up here at the top. And I went on and sliced this. And I'm just going to set it down lightly and gently. And I am going to reshape it to get it to fit this jar, this little jar. But how I'm going to get it to, what I'm going to do to reshape it is cut parts of it off. And I've got all my circle cutters here to see which one I need. This one may work, I'll have to see. But let me show you what I've done to determine how many slices. I didn't, this one you can't really determine how many slices you need to begin with. But my jar, my little bottle itself, is 3 1/4 inches high from here to here, and the circumference of it all the way around is 6 inches. And I know that it doesn't look like it's 6 inches. I was a little bit surprised when I measured it and found out that it was actually that long, that much around. But what I did was I took my paper and I folded it to be 3 1/4 inches by 6 inches, and I made a template from one of my cane pieces, and they're not exactly round, and that's okay. That's not the purpose of this one. And I laid it on here just to give me some sort of idea of how much I'd have to cut out to get this completely covered in the circles. So I rolled out a piece of Primo translucent, and this will not be seen. I just think it would be easier to put the circle canes on here and then cover the jar. I may be wrong, but I'm going to try it that way first. So I want to cover all of this in these cane pieces. And put it directly onto the translucent. And I want to cut this. I want it to where nothing matches, and I will burnish these down after they're all on here. And I made some black bullseye cane just in case I needed it, black and red. And because I'm going to need something to go around the edge of the lid. So that broke there, so let me cut that off there. Bring this edge up a little. Okay, the next one is going to have to be cut twice. And I still have this much of this cane left. Excuse me. This is allergy season in Texas. I've never had allergies anywhere else, but I've got them in Texas. Okay, I need to cut this one right here and this side over here and this right here. And this one, I need to cut it right here. So when you're putting them down on your translucent, don't press down. And I'm not going to throw this piece away because I just may need it in a minute. Okay. This side's already split, so I'm going to cut that side. And the reason I decided to use translucent as my base sheet is you won't be able to see any colors or anything through it. And I'm saving all my scraps that I'm cutting off because I just may be able to use them in little pieces like this to where I can finish up covering the edges up. And the main thing you need to do is decide which is going to be your base piece and which piece you're going to cut off. Just line them out. And I'm not really concerned if they match up. If you want to do that, feel free to go on and match them up. Let's see if I can cut the collar part out on this one. It needs to be a little bit larger. See about this one. Let's see about some of these. Don't want it that way, don't want it this way. Let's turn it over. Cut that off some more and put it down here. Because this is how I feel about this. As long as you've got a black and white striped edging going around it, then you pretty much got it. You know, I'm not really into, on this one, matching up the, I bet that piece right here will fit right here. Not matching up my cane design so much. Let me cut that with a straight edge. Because this is sort of very whimsical looking. And that's actually what I wanted. Okay, this is a bigger piece. Let's see if I can get it to go all the way around. Well, just drop that blade. Because once you get all of these down and get them burnished on there, you'll never be able to see which piece you put down first and which piece you cut. Get those crumblies out of there. I don't want those underneath there. And just laying them down and gently pressing it in enough to where I can get a little bit of a cut. I need to take a little bit of that edge off there. Press that one down in there. Clean all of these out. Get them out of my way. And it looks like I actually may need to cut a couple of more slices, or at least one more slice. Maybe. Maybe not. To this piece, I only need a couple of little pieces. Okay, I got enough little pieces left to go on and fill in the spaces without cutting another one, but I did cut another slice thicker because I want to put it on the top. Get all these extra things out of the way here and cut them off. Get these little things out of the way. I'm not going to use them in this project. We'll use them at a different time. Okay, we'll put parchment paper down. And I'm going to take my burnishing tool. This burnishing tool is from Nora Pero. She's in Austin, Texas. She does all sorts of crafts. And when Teresa Salgado from Tiny Pandora came and taught at my house, actually, about 5 years ago. She taught a class, and Nora had these burnishing tools, and they're so easy to use because they've got the flat surface. It's rounded, it's beveled, so it's nothing sharp, and you have your handle to hold on to. And she has an Etsy store, so I will put the link in the description below where you can order these from Nora. And just want this smooth. This doesn't distort anything you've done. It just smooths it out and sort of joins it together. Rub your hand over it to make sure you don't feel any lumps or high places. Because when you go in and start cutting all of these things out, sometimes you get little crumbly pieces that get on there, and you really don't want that. Okay, let me straighten up these edges a little bit. Now this may be too long to go around a jar, I'm not sure, but we will find out. And if you have little places like this that's sort of cracked, these are Tiny Pandora's caning tools. These are her caning rods. But I'll tell you what, I use them for everything else in the world as well, because they're just fabulous for different projects. Now let's see if I can get part of this off of here and remove that pink right there, which I doubted at this point, but we'll try. Yeah, I'll get that off of there. That pink was overlapping on my black and white stripe, and I didn't care for it. Just want to make sure there's no air bubbles under your cane slices. So this is how I reshaped this cane today. And let's pick it up. My translucent was rolled out on a number 5 on my Atlas 180. Let me get my jar over here. And take my straight edge, which is up here. And you don't want to get any air trapped underneath the sheet as you put it on. Be very careful with that, because that will cause it to break and come off. And you don't want that. Okay, now let's see which of these ends I like better. I like this one better. So let me put it down. This big long blade is from Tiny Pandora as well. This is called the Mega Blade. And it is 8 inches long, and it is strong and sturdy. It's not a flexible blade. Okay, we'll wrap that back up there. And I do wish there was a way to match these up, this ends up here. But there really isn't, so I'm not even going to stress about it. Go push my signs together. I don't think anybody's ever going to be able to tell they don't match with the way everything else looks on it. Go roll out my seams. And we'll take these cane slices on this sheet all the way down to the edge of my bottle. There was a ridge there, but I think I can get it covered up pretty well. I'm just going to roll my sheet down. If it's still a little bit separated, just push it together and roll it. Let's go back over where I cut that pink out. That looks a little bit shaggy. Okay, let me cut this top off. I'm just going to go around this top edge with my X-Acto knife and straighten it out. Make sure that edge is up against the glass. Now, you may have noticed I didn't put any liquid clay or anything, no glue, no nothing on here. We've talked before, as long as you have mechanical bond going all the way around, that's how you hold polymer clay on glass. So this sheet went all the way around my bottle, and it's not going to come off. It's going to bake on there. So I get this little black dot out of that green. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to move everything over, and I'm going to roll this just a little bit. Since it's a round bottle, I can do that. I just want to make sure everything's touching. Okay, again, I will take my X-Acto knife and cut right around this edge to give me a clean edge here on the bottom end. It just looks better, even though this is circles. I think it looks better with it a clean edge here, even though the circle is cut off a little bit. Okay, let's get all this out of the way. And I hope this video is a little bit shorter than the last couple. The last couple have been longer than I wanted. But when I edited them, it seemed like needed information needed to be in there. So I left what I thought needed to be in there. Okay. Put the lid on. And I don't know why this jar has grooves down here, like the lid should go down further, but it doesn't. But I didn't take it up into there. There's my little cane bender. A little gap there. Okay. Make sure that you're satisfied with everything here. I feel an air bubble in there. Go work that out. Okay. This may need rolled out a little bit more to make it more of a circle. And the cane slice isn't round, and I have this cutter's not quite large enough, although it would work. Let's see where it goes to on this one. Doesn't leave any edge on that one. And this one is just a little bit too big. So let me roll it out just a little. See if I can expand it just a little bit. Just to get that rounded out. Okay. I am going to put some bakeable medium on here. That's on the top of the lid. And you know, I was going to try to cut the black and white stripes to go around this. But I thought, you know, it's red. Why mess with it? I've got a red edge, so let's just use it as a red edge. Just going to press it up against, we'll stretch it out if it needs stretched, and I will push it back if it needs pushed back. I just want it to sit right on top. Of that lid. Okay, it has the red edge. I'm just going to leave it. Has a little signature there, but you know, I'm not going to worry about that. That's on the metal. I can't do anything about that. But what do I need to do? I need to sign it. And it looks as if get one of these circles and let me get my little tiny cutters. I don't think I have one out that's this small that I need. I find that the plastic end on this thing does really well with my signature apple. It cuts out just the size that I need. And let me put it down. This is the liquid bakeable. Same thing as liquid clay, or same thing as, it's not Bacon Bond. Bacon Bond is a little bit thicker and, in my opinion, holds a little bit better. It's just a little bit stronger. Okay, there's my signature. Let me zoom in just a little bit. There's my signature apple on there. And here's our whimsical jar. So you could use any kind of cane to do this with. I hope you enjoyed this little whimsical bottle on this one. With this crazy cane. Don't throw your canes away. If you don't like them, you can always change them and reuse them. And make things out of them. And, you know, people like these little things. So these you can even sell if they're professional looking. So that's this one. So you all stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Blessings.